Welcome back to Coriander issue 4, everybody. Thank you for your patience. We had a delay. I was having trouble tracking down a new pen dealer. The last one gave out on me. Went to some island. Alright, so, when we last left our intrepid investigators, you were outside the late great Foster Talon's apartment. Located above...
Great.
The late he was here, Foster Talon. All of his windows, all the curtains are all closed. The blinds are shut. They might be barred from the inside as well. And his door's got multiple locks on it. What do you do?
On the way over, I think we were talking, and John had suggested that maybe either Asena or Gastone approach. That way we don't have a big group of us. Maybe they don't know where he is yet, but if there's a big group of people and they're on the lookout, we don't want to make it super obvious that we're busting into his apartment.
Okay.
That's a good idea. I like it. So we said we go one at a time. I guess I would go first. Up into... Where is it? You said it was up the stairs, right?
Yep. You go up these stairs, you'll be confronted by a door right here.
Excellent.
I think John's going to head over to the streets and just keep an eye out.
All right.
I'm just going to pull out the same device I used down by the Black Rose when we were in the basement of the Black Rose and try to unlock the door.
Asena, what are you doing while he does this?
We're still on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Eh.
Gastone just walked up.
I'll just like stand like nearby, sort of like looking around. I'm the lookout, trying to see if anybody's watching us.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Ooh.
Not as far as you can tell. Gastone, even with your fancy device, it takes you a minute because it only unlocks one thing at a time, and there's a lot of things to unlock.
Yes, of course.
But over time, the door gives way into the apartment.
Ooh.
You're immediately confronted.
Hey, we
by
didn't
the
have to break it
smell-
down. Sorry.
Just this once. The smell of mildew, mold, kind of a gross living conditions. What do you do, and what does the rest of the party do?
I'm just gonna, I guess, signal everybody else like, "Hey, door's open. Come on," and then I'm just gonna go ahead and walk inside.
Okay, help yourself.
Asena's gonna walk in because she's like excited because she knows this guy's dead. So there might be like some goodies that she can grab in here.
All right. Go ahead and put yourself inside. John, are you still on lookout?
Wait, that's actually so toxic. Oh my god. What the hell?
What do you mean?
The bodies,
What do you mean?
Loot the bodies.
It's pretty normal.
John is going to hang out and stay on lookout for a bit. He's going to wait at least a minute or so just to make sure that... I'm assuming the street's pretty busy.
Yeah.
It's not just a dead-empty street, so he doesn't want to make it look like we have 3 people just in, like, one at a time going in this room. I'm going to wait until enough people have passed by to where no one who's in the area would have seen me connected to that.
Okay, then give us a moment. Let's let them inspect their surroundings a little bit, and after they've had one go-round, we'll have you enter the scene. So, Gastone, as you can see, it's poorly illuminated in here. You see a pile of trash in this direction. There's a closet door that is closed over here. You got a couch, living room. You think you see a desk covered in materials, papers, red thread, a corkboard, Pepe Sylvia, the works.
Oh.
A hallway proceeds down further in. What would you like to investigate?
So many things. For some reason, I am enamored by the closet.
Damn it.
So I'm going to start there.
All right, you open up the closet door. Let me clear that opening for you. It's pretty dark in here. It's kind of hard to search around. You can roll an investigate check, but you'll be at disadvantage unless you have a light source with you.
I do not. So we're going to go with disadvantage.
Okay. You're stumbling around. There's some coats in here. It's taking you a moment to find anything. You think you found something, but you're not positive. Let me pull that up for you. You found something in the pocket of a spare coat that was covered in holes and patches and stuff like that. Asena, while he's investigating the closet, what would you like to look into?
I'm gonna go over to that desk.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself
And
down to the desk.
just sort of look at everything on the walls, just entranced and trying to follow all like the. You said there were strings and lines.
Yeah. So what you're looking at, this is Foster's desk. It's organized in that controlled chaos sense of only one person really understood the organizational system. You see there's a cork board and there's newspaper clippings and all sorts of stuff pinned to it and tied together with red thread, and it all centers around, it almost looks like a timeline. Like he's got things proceeding from left to right. And the thing at the beginning of the timeline is a newspaper article from 10 months ago about the Mercury City bombing.
Ooh.
After that, there's a bunch of obituaries about people found dead in different parts of the city, all of them with the Angel Killer's signature on them. He's got scribbled notes on each of those obituaries. Severed vertebrae. It's got, cause of death, size of gashes, severed vertebrae, severed vertebrae, severed vertebrae, all the way up till the end of the line. Roll an investigation check for me. I don't know if that's one of your skills, but you can roll regardless.
Definitely. I'm not good at it.
Oh, damn.
A total of 1. Okay. Roll a perception check. And then go ahead.
Okay, perception.
All right, go ahead. What were you going to ask?
I'm going to go to Gastone. I'm going to yell out to Gastone and just be like, "Hey, you ever heard about this bombing thing?" And then I'm going to unpin the things and sort of just start moving them around.
Okay.
Oh no.
As you do so, John, go ahead and move 30 feet casually towards the stairs.
I mean, this is about as casual as I can do it.
That's fine. That's pretty casual. At that moment, a faint gust of wind drifts through the room. Asena, you pick up a smell over the mold that you hadn't noticed before, and Gastone, completely unnoticed by you as you push around the various coats in this closet, one of them moves by itself.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I was on Overwatch.
Switch.
Just FYI, I was in.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I need Gastone, and I need Asena to roll for initiative.
Woo!
You are not aware of the fact that combat is about to begin.
Oh God.
Or at least a time-sensitive situation is about to begin. Asena,
even
roll
worse.
for initiative.
I told you I should have been going to the closet. Okay.
Actually,
don't
you
want me
never
to roll
said
in?
that.
Since I'm walking in, you don't want me to roll in, mate?
I also want you to roll in.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't.
That's fine. I will manually add you in.
I remembered this time. Pog.
Okay. John, obviously everything's fine and nothing is wrong. Go ahead.
I'm moving at half speed, yeah, because I'm just walking up in here.
Go ahead and go. Sorry, Asena, were you gonna say something?
I'm just gonna say, what was that?
Okay.
What was what?
John, go ahead and move yourself up the stairs into the room.
Would I have heard Asena say, "What was that?" Is it loud enough for me to hear
As
from here?
you enter the room, yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to 5, 10, 15. That's a move action.
What was
5, 10, and then I'm going to say I get here with my second action as a move. What was what?
Something's here. Something's going on. I felt like a chill over my body, and there's something somewhere in this room that smells different.
John, roll a perception check.
Also, I'd like to close the door behind me.
Okay, we're gonna close that door.
Natural 20.
Natural
21,
20.
26 total.
John,
Natural 20.
your turn is over. But as you step into the room, you realize that hidden, lurking clinging in the shadows are a fuckload of ninjas.
What? The fuck?
Mate, technically I have 10 feet of movement left. Can I try and dive behind something with my
Yes,
last
you
bit
can
of
move
movement?
10 feet as you realize there are ninjas in this room.
Okay, and are they everywhere or are they like concentrated somewhere?
It's kind of dark in here and you don't have dark vision as far as I know. There's a ninja right there, there's a ninja right there, there's a ninja right down in this corner, there's a ninja over here, there's a ninja over here.
What is this over here?
That is a side table.
A side table. Okay. There's just barred windows. Shit. Okay. As soon as you say that, Asena, John looks around and he goes, "Oh shit, it's ninjas!" And I charge the one that's closest to me.
Okay.
There's what?
What's a ninja?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna say while I move, I pull out. It's ninjas, so I'm gonna pull out my rod
Music's sick.
and turn it into a water harpoon.
Okay. You are armed against the ninjas. Gastone, you hear him say, "Oh shit, it's ninjas." What do you do?
I immediately exit the closet.
As you exit the closet, the coats part. Hoo-yah! And a ninja hiding 5 feet away from you takes an attack of opportunity.
The ninja doesn't want you coming out of the closet, Gastone.
It's too bad.
He's not ready.
All right. Advantage on this attack, and it gets 2 attacks. A 10 does not hit you. A 19 hits you. It is a critical hit automatically. The ninja has the assassinate special ability. Which
What?
so you take an additional. So you take 9 points of piercing damage and roll a constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh wait, I rolled that.
Okay, that one we're going to take the 16, the first result. So, instead of taking double damage, which would have been a total of 21 damage, you take 10 points of poison damage. So we're going to have to do some math here. You take 9 points of piercing damage, 10 points
So 4, and then 21 is 10, so 14.
Well, no, he doesn't take half damage on the piercing. He takes full damage on the piercing.
Oh, full damage on the piercing? Oh,
Yeah,
then
he
that's
only
just
saved
9.
against
9 plus
poison.
10, 19
So
points of damage.
19 plus sneak attack damage, which is
Oh my
Oh no! You
God!
gotta wait though. Wait. But my suit still gets rid of. How do I explain it? My suit still absorbs some impact.
Yes. All right. So another 18 damage on top of that. Tally all that up, and I'm going to give you your suit in a moment.
37.
Okay. Holy shit!
Okay.
That's like all my HP.
What does the suit do again in this regard? Oh, Kitty. Hi, Kitty.
The
It,
suit
will-
absorbs 15 points of damage before its tenacity is expended, and you're going to have to use an action to inject it with a serum to restore it. So,
Yeah.
that said, the suit also bites back. So take off 15 points of that damage. What did we say? It was 37,
that-
39?
37.
So 22.
Yeah, you take 22 points of damage, and the suit reflects that momentum backwards.
Nice. Nice.
It's only 5 points of damage back at him, but he does take that damage. You may now continue your movement as you thread the needle with the ninjas.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. I just want to see. Can I see the ninja that attacked me?
Nope, it's dark as hell in here.
Even in the room? Oh, in the closet.
Yeah.
What about all the other ones? There are supposedly a fuckload.
Yeah, but John made a stealth check, or John made a perception check, and he was able to see them. They are hiding in the shadows because they're
Oh, of
ninjas.
course.
John's like, wait, you guys didn't turn a light on when you came in here?
Is there a switch?
Yes, there is a switch.
I'm really scared, but I also think I'm gonna walk to the light switch.
And there's going to be a ninja there.
Jump scare.
God damn it.
Welcome to Ninja Hell! Yeah, so there's one right in front of you. It just used an item interaction to turn on the light, so the ninja is not going to automatically hit you.
Thank
But
God.
you still have an action you can use. You could use it to refresh your suit, or you could use it to take some sort of counter action against the ninjas.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. These guys hit so hard, but also I would like to damage them in the process. So you know what?
By the way, the reason
was
he
I
did
able?
that much damage is
Okay.
because it was his first
Because of
attack
sneak
against
attack.
you, and he took you by surprise. After
Okay.
they can only do that on round 1. After that, they still do a lot of damage, but this guy did double damage because he used his assassinate special on you.
I understand. So then, wait, was to actually place my traps, I had to use an action for that as well, right?
Correct.
Hmm.
But you can trigger them with a bonus action.
Yeah, that's why. But I'm. Okay, so I will use my action to inject the serum into my suit.
Okay. You're back up to 15 points of bonus damage before he hits you. Now, you've moved 10 feet. If you move away from this ninja, the ninja will get an attack of opportunity against you. It will not be an assassination, but and it won't be a sneak attack either.
Do I have that yet? I'm just looking for. I'm just debating. Wait, no, I can. Can I still technically? Oh no, it takes an action to dash, right?
Correct.
Did we agree that I had my speed boots yet?
Yes,
I
you
can't
have your speed
remember.
boots.
I
But
do.
remember, dashing away will still provoke an attack of opportunity. Because the way that your speed boots work is you have to use your action to disengage, I believe. But then you can dash with the boots.
so I can dash. Yeah.
I believe so. I'm gonna double check that.
I'm just gonna stand still.
Okay. Ninjas. It is now time for ninjas. The ninjas,
Oh,
2 of them are now facing you. This one emerges from the closet and they attack together in synchronization. They are, and this one's gonna hop down from his position, so they are flanking you. Each of them attacks you twice. These will not be assassinations, but they will get sneak attack if they hit you.
cool.
The first one does a 17 hit. I believe it does.
Yes.
Roll a Constitution saving throw. Oh, okay. So, you only take half damage from the poison, and I'm gonna rule that the suit, you still take some damage from that. So, your suit absorbs 13 points of damage. And the ninja gets punched in the face by the reflection from your suit for 5 points of damage. And the ninja attacks you again. It's another hit. Roll a Constitution saving throw. You save. So you take another 10 points of damage. Reduce that from your bubble first, and then you take any remaining damage.
What was the damage the first time?
The first time was 13.
13. So now it's 2. I minus 2. How many points of damage from this one?
This guy, after you saved, did 11.
Gotcha. So 2,
No,
so
10.
9,
Just
which
10.
means. Oh, okay. Then I'm at 10. Oh, you know what? I'll do it here.
And your suit punches him again.
Cool.
He's actually looking pretty bad. He's fairly beat up at this point.
I only have 2 points on my arcane ward, but I'm going to use my reaction to throw my arcane ward and absorb 2 hit points for Gastone. That's
Okay.
all I've got left on it.
All right, so you take 2 less damage, Gastone. Let me know when you're done with that math.
The math has been completed. Okay, nope. I got to do it from here. Oh, no, I did do it. Yes, the math has been completed. Experience for everybody.
Everyone gains 1 XP, and the second ninja attacks you.
Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
that was just the first?
That was the first ninja.
Oh my god, dude.
The second ninja skewers you with a critical
Oh my
hit.
gosh.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
I don't even think it matters.
Oh
Oh,
my
fucking kidding me.
gosh.
Gastone goes down. to 0 hit
yeah.
points.
Gosh.
Unconscious and prone. You're not dead, but you are down. Reduce your hit points to 0. That was his first attack. The ninja then flips through the air to flank John Carmichael and makes his second attack, which will be a sneak attack. Well, it would be if it hit, which it absolutely does not. Now, the ninja flanking John is going to attack him twice. Critical hit on the second one.
Yep.
So that's an additional 19 points of sneak attack damage. So you take 12 plus 19 is 31 points of physical damage, and roll a Constitution saving throw against poison.
I am actually, as John Carmichael, a very lucky individual. Can you roll one more time and take that instead, please, as
Sure.
I use my lucky feat?
Absolutely.
No, it does not hit. Right at the last moment, John trips as soon as the light goes on, and as the guy was taking a swipe, John, Mr. Magoo's out of the way as he kind of stumbles, and oh, jeez, that was close.
All right. That is it for these ninjas. Now, ninjas attack Asena, who has not taken her turn yet. This ninja runs across the floor to flank. This ninja in the corner is going to throw Shuriken. These ones, you are not surprised against this, but you have not taken your turn yet. So if they hit, they will do critical damage. However, if he hits you with a ranged attack, remember, you can use your chi to catch it. So,
Ooh.
and they can only make one shuriken attack when they do that. Does a 16 hit your armor class? What's your armor class, Asena?
I think it is a 16.
A 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is a hit. So we're going to do double damage plus sneak attack
What?
damage. Yep. Ninjas.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Ninjas.
Okay, so give me a second here. I'm going to calculate how much damage is being inflicted. But I'm also going to rule that if you block all the physical damage, you also don't take the poison damage. So this attack dealt 23 points of physical damage. You can
Yeah,
use...
I'm gonna block it.
Okay, use your reaction. Roll your deflect missiles.
Why can't I? Oh.
If you click on the word deflect missiles in the middle under your weapons. All right, so it goes from 23, so you don't take 23 points of damage. Instead, you take 9 points of damage. But you also have to roll a Constitution saving throw against poison.
I don't want the poison. I don't want the poison.
9. The poison courses through your veins, inflicting an additional 21 points of damage. You take 30
What
points
the-
of damage.
Okay,
Oh my
You are-
god.
Hey,
that's rough.
Joe, I
Yes.
know that I used my reaction to give Gastone 2 hit points that didn't do jack crap because he got attacked again, and I thought they were done attacking. Since that
So did
didn't
I.
help and he was going down, could I use my reaction to help Asena instead?
Yeah, we'll allow that. What do you
Okay.
wanna do?
I wanted to. Okay, so sorry, Gastone, you don't get the 2 hit points that would have helped.
Oh,
I just-
darn.
It dropped
I'd like
in.
to grab. Things look really bad. I'd like to go ahead and grab hold of my amulet and do the same thing I did to help her earlier. Take a -5 max hit point reduction to make her succeed on her poison saving throw instead.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is that
and
cool with you? Okay.
You invoke
Cool.
the power of the red kiss,
Yep.
unleashing its dark magic, and instead, so she gets 15 hit points back. That's good.
Yep, and I am now 10 hit points down from my maximum today until I take a long rest.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yep,
All right.
Quite the sacrifice.
And now
it's worth it.
And now for the other ninjas.
That's all I can do.
It's something.
Oh my god! No!
Okay. Asena, roll 2
Oh.
more Constitution saving throws. Succeeded. Roll the second one. Okay, you succeeded on both of those. So
Nice.
your damage out of these attacks is going to be 3 plus 9 is 12, plus another 8 is 20, plus half the poison damage, which comes out to... Okay, so you take 20 points, you take 30 points of damage. And the last ninja attacks. And you go down, Asena. Yep. You get shish kebabbed by ninjas. You are unconscious and prone. That is all the ninjas. John. Oh, actually, Asena, it is your turn. You need to roll a death saving throw. So,
Oh god.
if you fail 3 of these, you die. If you succeed on 3, you automatically stabilize. On your character sheet below your hit points is the thing that says death saves.
I don't. Oh, okay.
Just click on the word death saves. You succeeded. Click one of the success bubbles above that.
Okay.
John, it's your turn. You are surrounded
Okay.
by ninjas and your friends are down. What do you do?
Give me just a moment, please.
This is no good.
You have inspiration
Oh,
from
man.
the party. Or from chat.
Okay.
They don't want to help us.
That's really okay.
Oh, they
Mate,
did.
this is a really hard sell.
Mm-hmm.
I have a spell that would really help with this,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to hurt my friends. Would
Okay.
I be able to do something to help me just not target them with this? I feel like John has some weird magic that I've been cultivating over the years, and I might be able to maybe bargain with you to allow me to exclude them from being a target, since we all just got dropped and we're surrounded by literal ninjas.
Mm-hmm. You can use that inspiration to do shape spell if that's helpful to you.
Yes. Yes, it is. Shape spell, is it just one, or is there a number of creatures that I can untarget with that?
I will let you untarget 2 creatures.
Okay, I would like to burn my inspiration. I would like to use shape spell. I do not want to target Gastone Tosto or Asena, as John puts I'm gonna put away my rod. I'm gonna run to the center of the room. No, actually, no, I have enough range from here, I think. Yep, no, I'm fine right here. John stands right here, puts the rod away. Actually, no, for thematic sake, I drop my harpoon or my Triton rod.
Mm-hmm.
I do this really intricate series of gesticulations with my hands. My eyes roll over and go completely black as John draws a pattern in the air and unleashes Circle of Death.
I thought you were going to cast Fireball.
No, I am not going to be burning up all of our research. We have plans here, and these ninjas interrupted it, and I am planning on saving my friends.
You would like them to die now.
I would like them to die now because holy crap, these are 2 new friends that John has made. They just got dropped immediately by a bunch of ninjas in the shadows, and John feels horrible for not having come in here with them, and now they have to die because John is pissed.
A cloud of darkness rolls through the room, a chill in the air. The ninjas are caught inside of it. They hold up their arms in terror as their flesh rots and the light of their souls begins to emanate from their eyes. John, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw against your own spell.
Oh, does it target me too?
All creatures, my friend, and I gave you 2 exceptions.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to not target them, so... Oh my god. I didn't realize that targets you too!
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
All
gosh!
creatures.
All
All creatures.
Whoops! Well, there we go. I haven't used that spell that much, so there you go.
Roll a Constitution save against your own spell DC.
Yep. I'm doing it.
Come on. Okay, 14. That's
Okay,
nice.
so my spell DC is huge.
Yes.
So I do not save against my own spell save DC. However, it's my turn. I have a reaction again. I would like, because this is going to do a lot of damage, I'd like to invoke the Red Kiss to make sure that I can save it and take further negative max health damage, if that's cool with you.
You just keep draining your own life force. Roll 8d6.
Yep. $24
Okay.
points of damage.
All the ninjas...
Of which I take 12 of it.
Yep, all the ninjas are going to roll Constitution saving throws. Not with advantage.
Oop, no, 73. And then now minus 12. Ooh, God. Not looking great.
Well, luckily, it's not looking great for these ninjas either.
Yeah.
Gastone, you're sort of grateful that you can't see this ninja. His face shrivels into a skull as the light passes from his eyes. He trembles, seizing in the air, and then collapses. Fortunately, you're unconscious and you didn't see any of that. What's your spell save DC, Matt?
Let me double check. 1 second. 19.
19. Okay, well, it's a pity you rolled so poorly on that damage.
I know it wasn't the most fantastic of damage, but it wasn't the worst either.
Okay. All of the ninjas fail their saving throws. They are reduced to husks, barely clinging to life. At that exact moment, chat just gave Asena a health boost, so you're going to regain consciousness.
Yes!
So you will get to act on your next turn. Gastone, roll a death saving throw. Okay, you have 1 success.
I'm going to get rid of this inspiration.
Okay. Ninjas never say die. Except to their foes. They do say die.
So, mate, as part of casting this, can I do a big old... I know I can't actually, like... well, actually, I have a bonus action. Can I try and intimidate them as part of this, saying, leave now or it's happening again, and you're all going to die? Something along those lines.
Yeah, roll an intimidation check.
Cool. There we go. A 20. John turns them as soon as his eyes go back to normal color. If you walk out that door right now, I won't evaporate every one of you into a puff of smoke. If you stay, I'm going to add you to my collection. And John opens up his coat and shows there's a little shrunken head in there.
Smoke bomb! The ninjas set off an entire swath of smoke bombs, and when the smoke clears, the ninjas are gone.
Even the dead one, or did that one stay?
The dead one is also mysteriously gone.
Damn it.
Huh.
All right, Asena, when you like clear your head, there's smoke everywhere, but you're alive.
What just happened?
John, do you have the means to revive Gastone? Actually, Asena, do you have the means to revive Gastone?
I don't think so. I mean...
John rushes over to Gastone, and he looks through his goods, and as he's scrambling to try to find something, I look over to Asena. The hand thing, you healed the crocodile. Can you do that to Gastone? I'm looking, I don't think I have anything. I'm not great with the healing.
I can give it a try, and she's strangely actually worried for Gastone.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know they've had their differences, but after what happened at the restaurant, she's like kind of feeling better about Gastone, and she didn't realize that she was gonna actually care. I can give it a try. I don't know if it works on humans.
All right.
Just picture him as a really scaly-looking lizard man or something. That might help. Here, let me help. And John will end up doing a cantrip to make it look like Gastone is covered in scales and looks like an alligator man.
Wow.
Can you try like a bunny?
Oh yeah, that's you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's just unconscious, bleeding.
I don't think that alligator really fits.
What about this? And I snap my fingers, and he turns into a weird bunny man, but has the same coloration as Chester the cat.
Oh, I love this. Okay, I'm going to start petting the cat and starting to focus that energy and see what happens.
Also, Joe, was the door open again? Because I closed the door.
No, the door remains closed.
Ooh, cool.
Ninjas. All right, so Asena, you feel a lot of resistance. The connection is not nearly the same as when you sort of connected with Big Susie the crocodile and knit her muscles back together. Is definitely a lot more distance there, a lot less resonance, but it's just recognizable enough that you stop the bleeding and knit up the bare essentials. You spend 1 key point, and Gastone is stabilized. And eventually, after a few minutes, Gastone, you recover 1 hit point, and you gain consciousness.
Do I just like unclick the success thing for the death save?
Yeah, go ahead and clear that. Give yourself 1 hit point, and you wake up.
Hey, mate, inside of my my briefcase, my Mary Poppins sack, I was a little worried I wouldn't find anything in time, which is why I asked for Asena's help. But now that she stabilized him and he's kind of coming to, do I have anything I can use to help him out a bit?
Roll 1d20.
I feel like John would have carried some of the old stuff, but maybe he already went through it all.
The old stuff.
5. You're having trouble finding some of the old stuff. You might have used it in some of your recent battles, but there's some smelling salts in there. That'll do it. Something.
I give him some smelling salts to try and get him up and at him.
I'm already awake though.
And now your mind is sharp.
Yeah, but you don't drink coffee when you're asleep. This is just to give you a nice little up and at him.
Talon didn't keep coffee lying around.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Let me go put that on. Hey, can you guys secure the perimeter, by the way? That was really bad. I mean, we just walked into our nested ninjas. That's insane. I haven't done that in quite a while. And I'm going to move over to where the coffee is.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm in shape to do anything. I'm like crawling to the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines.
I'll get that table that's right by the door and sort of push it in front of the door.
Okay.
Yeah, might want to lock the door up with all those locks while you're at it.
All right. So we're going to go person by person. Gastone, even though you're in terrible shape, you are able to investigate things. You notice
cool.
The thing that you pulled from the closet earlier. It is, I believe, a photograph. Yeah.
Hoomst.
It's a old photograph in pretty bad shape, and it shows a very well-dressed man with a nice mustache that's clearly been heavily waxed, very smooth over hair. He's wearing a leather jacket. He's got a sidearm and some flight gear, and there's a woman right next to him wearing a red dress with long flowing hair and some fine jewelry, a gun at her side, and written in pen on the photograph over the woman is N.A. As in November Alpha.
Does that mean anything to Gastone? Do I recognize do I know the actual people in the photo? Is it kind of, I don't know, you say red dress, it reminds me of what was the name? Come on, brain, work with me here. Where is it? I have
Sunjia.
Sunjia. Yes.
Definitely not her. Definitely not her.
Okay.
But the person on there is Draken de Vries, an infamous adventurer and mercenary. He likes to go off into the jungles to loot temples and steal artifacts from other cultures, that sort of thing. He's
lovely.
very, very rich, very charming and charismatic in a dark and debonair sort of way.
N.A. I guess I'll show it to John. I was like, does this mean anything?
Hey, is that Nancy Adams?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's the girl with Draken. At least Draken's in the picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or Natalie. Sorry. Yeah. Natalie. Yeah, I've been around them once or twice. He's that weird adventurer that runs around out in the wilds. Dude's insane.
Like insane how?
Joe, just to double check before I start running my mouth. This is the guy that runs around with the undead dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got like a dead guy that has one of these, and I pull out my my big old bronze revolver. he can shoot spells just like I can. Crazy dude. We had a duel a while back. It was actually pretty cool. We were actually I was on one of my I don't know what you would call it, like a safari, a trek, tomb robbing, tomb raiding, whatever. Anyways, we were at the same place, and they were trying to get an artifact that one of my contacts had their hands on, and I got into a bit of a tussle with this undead guy. It was pretty crazy. I almost died,
Undead.
but so did he.
Oh,
So that was cool. He's still well, alive's not the right word, but he's still kicking. He's still moving around. And then he and here's the funny bit. He and Draken thought they got away with all the artifacts, but I actually snuck a copy that I had made earlier, and they took that away, and I got the real thing back to the museum. It was pretty awesome, actually. But yeah, Natalie, I don't know much about her. She's kind of a tag along of his. I saw her one time in a bar when we were when I was getting the job. He kind of came up and did that whole, oh yeah, look at me, I'm Draken, I'm amazing what I do, and this is my beautiful femme fatale. She's obviously dangerous and beautiful, and that's why I keep her around to make me look better. So I don't really know what her deal is, but apparently she's important.
yeah, like she must know Foster Talon if I found this, because I found this in one of the coats in the closet.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The
had it
handwriting
on me.
that wrote the initials NA is Foster's handwriting.
Do I know if Foster knew Draken or Natalie?
You have no context for this at this moment. Asena, what are you going to do? What would you like to look around in the apartment? You did a small
And I passed
amount of...
Gastone's coffee.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's days old. It's not rotten, but it's days old.
I'll take it.
Wait, it
Asena,
came from the can, though, right?
oh yeah, from the can.
Yeah,
Asena,
it's not just like sitting around.
you did a little damage over to the board and started to pull some of the red threads, but then you made your way over here and fought a bunch of ninjas. What would you like to do next?
So definitely want to grab that desk and scoot it over to cover the door.
Done. What else would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna go check out that closet.
Okay.
She's gonna be a little bit wary because she knows that
The last
the
time...
ninjas.
The ninja.
Last time someone
didn't
investigated
go
this
so
closet was
well.
really bad. But
Sure was.
she's really looking for just like some sort of coat or something to put on, something that she can, a souvenir.
Yeah. You find a very large, heavy coat with a really high collar on the back, made of a very warm material. It's clearly seen better days. It's got some patches in it. The elbows are worn thin, but it must have been striking in its prime. It's well loved.
Ooh. Okay, I want to put that on.
All right, add a badass long coat to your inventory.
John sidles over. You know, fun fact, you're more likely to get eaten by a shark than you are to get attacked by ninjas in a closet. I know it seems like a bad statistic since we just got attacked by ninjas in a closet, but we're probably going to be okay from here on out.
I don't know if that's true.
I just made that up.
Ninjas go in closets now.
These are the rules.
Closet
So-
ninjas are now a thing, for sure.
Okay, so what were the ninjas and why were they here?
It's a great question. Would love to know. I'm just lying on the couch, by the way, just like.
Okay, Gastone, as you lie on the couch, you notice something.
Oh. What's that?
Hidden in the couch, disrupted slightly by the fight, is a sealed manila envelope.
Hey guys, what's this? I'm actually just gonna open it.
Okay.
Should I open it? I'm gonna open it.
Go for it.
Inside
Okay.
are a series of photographs of Sun Jia, clearly taken without her knowledge. There's like one big one that is sort of a glossy that was taken from a photo shoot she did at a social event, but the rest are like stalker photos, PI photos. There's a date, and there's also a bunch of other pictures, crime scene photos of other women with long black hair wearing white dresses. All of them from Angel Killer sites. They're dated 6 months ago. Then
Spooky.
there are 2 crime scene photos of murders after that. And Foster wrote notes. On the other women in white dresses, he writes left-handed. And then on the killings that happened after that, he writes right-handed. And he circles the wound track on the back of their shoulders.
Does it seem to specify not that the people were right and left-handed, but that the injuries were done by a person who was...
The notes are on the injuries, not on the victims.
Interesting.
Two people.
Hey, fun fact, I wouldn't happen to know if Sunjia is ambidextrous, or maybe would have heard from the White Ghost.
I don't think that piece of information would have been transmitted.
Okay.
Also, it probably just means there's more than one killer. Didn't you, when you first brought this up, say that it was like a whole... I could have sworn when we first met, you talked about this, is that you were suggesting there were multiple angel killers, plural, and this kind of supports that, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, it's a possibility, but up until the other day, I had no idea who it really was, and now it seems like Ralzamon's involved, and we've almost all but confirmed that Sunjia is the angel killer, or at least is a piece of the puzzle. This might be an entire cult or something.
I mean, it was wrapped around an almost religious like belief system, right?
That's a good point.
Multiple sins. It's not that crazy that it actually came from a cult. I mean, it's not that crazy compared to everything we've seen.
I want to issue one small retcon. Back at headquarters, Ben and Charlie did prepare a file for the team that you can review at your leisure. It's called The 8 Evil Thoughts.
Is it our leisure? Can we peruse?
Yeah, it's in your journal under case files.
Oh, okay. You're not going to read it to us. Okay, just making sure.
I'm not at the moment because I want to continue to let us explore the scene. Do you have any questions? Yeah. Any other questions about what you found in the couch, Gastone?
Well, it's just a bunch. It's just those photos and the writings, right?
Photos of Sunjia.
Mm-hmm.
Photos of other angel killer victims who matched her profile, marked left-handed. Then other angel killer victims who do not match that profile after that date, right-handed.
Where is Sunjia in these pictures?
She is... The pictures aren't all dated, but it looks like these pictures are pictures he took after that 6 months ago date. So
like where is she in the photos?
Oh, out at events with her friends, in a car, being heavily escorted, at a nightclub, at the opera, outside of a fine manor up in Hillvale.
Okay, so then I guess the next question is, it was in a sealed envelope. Is it fair to assume that it probably wasn't Foster Talon necessarily who did this? Maybe these photos were given to him?
All you know is the handwriting matches Foster Talon's handwriting. All the notes match Foster's handwriting.
Why would they be in the couch, though?
Maybe he was trying to hide it before he ran out. I mean, there's ninjas in here, and the door was locked, so maybe he knew that he was getting tracked. And I mean, obviously,
maybe
ninjas are going to find an envelope in a couch. That wouldn't take long. So it could have just been a bit disheveled. He wasn't the most put together guy. You know what I mean?
I sure do. So then I guess nothing more about the photos. Can I go over to that cork board?
Absolutely.
And like read some of the notes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. This appears to be with a couple of the threads have been pulled down, but it's still in roughly chronological order. 10 months ago, the Mercury City Hospital was bombed. There's a big article about that, and that's like circled in red, and that's the origin point of his timeline. After that, he has photos and clippings of obituaries documenting all the different killings and their different like clusters and trying to build out the profiles. He's scribbled on almost all of them, neck severed, neck severed, neck severed. Roll an investigation check for me, please.
One more time?
Neck severed.
No, before that.
All right, so to reiterate, he's got an article about the Mercury City Hospital bombing 10 months ago. Then newspaper clippings and photos documenting the different killings, putting them into a timeline, essentially.
Yes.
And then in his hands, written on each of the victims that he was able to get his hands on to verify, neck severed.
Okay, but this does not have a connection to the bombings, what we're saying.
The bombings are
This is
just for
separate
some reason
things.
at the start of the timeline. The
Okay.
bombings are clearly the start of his timeline.
I mean, so here's what we know. Originally, when that bombing happened, they connected it to the Arm of the Eclipse. The authorities thought they got the people in charge, but it turns out that Talon ended up having to make them retract that because he found evidence saying that there were other Eclipse cells that extended into the halls of government and the industry. There's actually a possible connection to the Carringtons. A lot of people think that the dame, the oh gosh, what would you call that? The matron of the entire Carrington house has a connection to the Army of the Eclipse. But gosh, mate, have I noticed that there's been any connection between the Carringtons and any of this business with Brant Rosamond? I mean, I know that Philip is dating Donahue, but other than that, is there any other super connection?
You can't think of any connections off the top of your head. Gastone, you notice there is a blueprint of the Mercury City Hospital in this pile of paperwork. And the morgue of the Mercury City Hospital is circled several times in red.
Like, okay, if it's circled, that means it's a target. Maybe. Wait, so the Mercury City Hospital was bombed. This was after, because I have dates on the photographs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So was the Mercury City bombed was the hospital bombed after some of those dates?
No. The Mercury City Hospital was bombed 10 months ago. The killings started 9 months ago.
Still, one after the other, just not in the order I was expecting. So if the killing started 9 months ago, after the Mercury City bomb, then why is the morgue... So then why is the morgue still like a target in these notes? Because the only thing I could think of would be if there were victims who needed their spine severed. Because I think we all remember what happens when victims don't have their spine severed.
While you puzzle this out, also there are several files in your added to your case files that you can review. While you're going through this, Asena, what are you going to do?
She's gonna make her way over to this pile of stuff down here on the floor and check out this section of the room. She's not really good at investigating, so she's kind of just like picking things up and looking at them, seeing if there's anything that catches her interest.
There's some receipts from a noodle place in Curtistown, some coupons, some scribblings about spies from Omelas, some newspaper columns by a guy called Felix Wiggins, who is sort of infamously suspicious of foreigners and convinced that the Omelons are infiltrating our government. We have to go to war against them to stop them. Roll an investigation check. You're finding all this stuff for free. The investigation check will just reveal possible other connections between them. 12. The columns from Felix Wiggins are divided into 2 piles. Everything from the last 4 months and everything else.
Joe, real quick, can you take us to the main map for a second? I want to look at something while you're doing this.
Absolutely.
I might have stumbled into something.
Here's the main map. There's also photos of some rich lady and a publicity still for a movie star who you've never heard of.
I found some random things over here, you guys. I don't know if you want to check it out, but there's this pretty lady. And I'll just show them the photo.
Hmm.
Do I know who that is?
Yeah, it's Dorothy Emersmith. She's she's in her 60s or so. She's the daughter of Zachary Emersmith. He's a recluse. She's spending incredible amounts of money incredibly fast.
Hmm. Huh. Why is she related to all this? What's going on? Are there more files that I can go through that haven't been looked at yet?
Let's see. You've inspected the couch. You've inspected the closet. You've inspected the trash pile, and you've inspected the desk. There are a couple more rooms that you could take a look at.
Yeah, let's do that then.
All right, Matt. I'm gonna need to let me know when you're done.
Where was the body discovered again? What city for Foster Talon?
For Foster Talon, it was discovered at the edge of the studio district, like here.
Look at all these lines.
You can't, as far as you can tell, looking at this, John, this doesn't resemble an arcane sigil of any sort that you're familiar with.
No. I kind of immediately realized that. I'm kind of looking at a pattern here, and I was hoping there would be a connection to Mercury Hospital. It's all on this side of the... What? Go ahead.
I will give you a copy of that to doodle on down the line. For now, we're going to go back to the apartment so that...
That's fine, yeah. I actually have a question when you're ready for me.
Actually, you know what? We don't need to go back to the map. Gastone, do you want to inspect the bathroom, the kitchen, or the bedroom?
Bedroom.
The bedroom. All right. The bedroom is also locked, but it's no match for your locking device. Before we move on and let John ask his question, do you want to search near the bed or do you want to search the dresser?
We'll do dresser first.
Okay. In the dresser, you find a locked and sealed case file. It's got information about a case that John will recognize. I'll provide you with the information, but I can go ahead and tell you this is just some of his past work. It's not connected to the Angel Killer. I'll send you that in a bit. It's about something called Project Thunderbolt. Next to his bedside, you find the following: an extra gun and ammunition, 2 cyanide pills,
Oh.
a bottle of cheap bourbon, a locked drawer that contains all of Foster's notes about the occult society called the Army of the Eclipse. He's got detailed dossiers on the Carrington family, a rich group of folks who are very powerful in town, especially on 2 of them, Augustine and Jasmine Carrington. You would know that Augustine Carrington is gone, presumed dead, for like 20 years. But Jasmine is still around. There are 3 main Carringtons. There's the grandpa, there's Jasmine, and then there's her dashing son, Philip. They're very rich, very influential. I'll make sure you get a case file on them. He's taken a lot of notes about the connections between the Carrington family and the rest of the upper class. You remember that after the whole Mercury City bombing affair, Foster was convinced that the Carringtons were involved, and the Carringtons sued the crap out of the newspaper to get his work out of there. So what you're seeing is all of his research and documentation on an article trying to connect the Carringtons to the secret society, the Army of the Eclipse. He's got some notes. Apparently, he suspects that Philip Carrington is dating Opal Donahue, the lady that you all met who owns the Institute for the Gifted. He thinks the 2 of them are dating. I'm going to leave one more thing for Asena to find. First, I want to take John. You had a question.
Yeah. So first of all, did John come in around the Envy killings? When did he start knowing about the Angel Killer case?
You arrived 6 months ago. Right after the Envy killings.
Okay, because I feel like I stumbled onto someone initially who had the profile of Envy, wearing whites, had the...
Yeah, this is a slight retcon on the Dungeon Master's part.
Gotcha, okay. So what I'd like to do, just because I feel like there's something here, I might be wrong, I might not be, I'd like to go ahead and use, if it's okay with you, my investigation power to see if there's something here that I'm not quite catching, but I'd like to make an investigation check to see if there's information regarding when the killings took place. It looks like from what the document says here, they all happened, each killing or each set of killings happened in one particular area.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That's correct.
so it was a type and it was an area, and there is a huge dossier here showing the types of people that they're looking for, and not only physically but their appearance, or not their appearance, their mannerisms and their general class
Mm-hmm.
that went into it. So I want to see if there's something here that I'm missing that John might not, if that's cool with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to use a deduction dice to add a d8 to this.
Okay.
So that'd be a 31.
All right. Putting this all together, you have a rough timeline of the killings, and using the information you have in your Angel Killer file, combined with the information dug up about the ancient beliefs in the 8 evil thoughts, you can definitely confirm that each cluster of killings was based on one of the 8 evil thoughts: gluttony, fornication, avarice, envy, wrath, torpor, and boasting. But there hasn't been a pride killing yet. In fact, if these pieces of information line up, Foster Talon would have been the first of the pride cluster of killings.
Because we haven't seen a dossier for that yet.
Correct. There's not a full profile built out.
But since we know they found him in the studio district, it's likely going to be in that area where the next set of killings are going to occur.
It's entirely possible.
If they didn't get Foster to want to go.
That could be the case.
Okay.
Anyone else, feel free to ask in. Matt got such a huge result on this that if anyone else is prompting with questions, I will give you a little bit more straightforward answers, just because you're having a lot of luck piecing all of that together.
I still wanted to go through the rest of those documents. I want to try and unlock the locked drawer too.
Okay.
Real quick, before I lose my turn, mate, I wanted to find out, is Mercury Hospital, do I see any kind of connection? I was hoping there would be to Mercury Hospital, but am I piecing together anything that Foster was trying to start with Mercury Hospital, but moving into kind of the Angel Killer case? It seemed like the Army of the Eclipse was very important to him. And he was connecting the Zoquian, probably the information I gave him about the Zoquian Pantheon, he was connecting to all of this. So I'm wondering if on my end, I kind of figured that out. He was starting with Mercury Hospital and moving his way towards what I had found. Was there anything that I'm missing about Mercury Hospital that has a connection to this?
Or the Army of the Eclipse? Based on the notes that he's got and what Gastone has gone over, Foster Talon thought that the Mercury Hospital bombing is what set off these killings.
Okay.
He was exploring a connection. Like, why would... Because there was the bombings and then the ritual killings began, and he thinks something happened there. He circled the morgue. He knows that a lot of the bodies had their spines severed.
And we figured out that it was Charlie was the one who was doing it before they got that new morgue mortician.
No, Charlie was not doing it before.
No, Carl. The guy that there was a guy that was replaced. There was someone that I always saw there,
right,
who was likely the one doing this, because they got a new guy who had no idea what was happening.
And that guy, who used to do the morgue work there, he recently went missing.
Yes.
And nobody has any good personnel files on him at all.
Okay.
In fact,
I'm gonna go ahead.
His public record pops up right after the Mercury City Hospital bombing. It's like he popped out of nowhere with a full life history right after that happened. And Foster circled the morgue.
That's what's still getting to me.
Gastone, roll an investigation check. We're going to get one more piece of information. Then you guys can put your heads together, and then we're going to talk about the last thing that Gastone finds in here, which is, I think we'll have Asena stumble upon it as well. So, Gastone, the bombing was centered on the morgue. The morgue was the target of the bombing.
Oh. In Mercury City?
In the hospital, yes. The main...
Oh, so they targeted the... Oh, I see.
Yeah, the bomb went off in the morgue.
Oh, okay.
Why? So if the morgue was the target, why... So that's why it was circled. Then what was in there? That
It may not
they
be an
wanted
issue of what.
tons.
It may be an issue of who.
Mate, what do we know about the Arm of the Eclipse? I know not a whole lot, but I've stumbled upon them a couple of times in my adventures.
Mm-hmm. Gastone, do you have history or religion as a skill? And Matt, roll the higher of those two. And Asena, if you have history or religion, roll the higher of those two. You can all make a roll. Just roll the higher of history or religion.
Okay.
Ooh, good roll.
They're both the same.
You skipped school that day. Asena, go ahead and
Sure
roll.
did.
They're the same.
Whichever one you want, then. Okay. So
John is a scholar by trade before he was an investigator, so this makes sense.
what you know about the Army of the Eclipse. It is an ancient secret society. They are dedicated to... They're built on the esoteric truths of the distant past. And they're concealed from the average mortal. And if you understand them, if you understand those mystery secrets, you can truly gain knowledge and insights over nature, the physical universe, and the spiritual realm. They're typically branded as one of those secret societies that attracts a lot of rich people who want to, unlock their spirituality and have secret rituals and, join the fancy club and all that such. They preach that a universal reformation of humanity through science has been kept secret for decades until the world is finally ready for it. They believe in secret knowledge and that the material world is evil. It was created by the liar, and the spiritual world is eternal and the real world. And they preach about the onset of a age of harmony, when the child of the sun and moon shall bring about a new era of peace to humanity and enlightenment.
Where are they based out of? Is it here in the Commonwealth, or are they across the seas mostly?
They're a global society.
Okay, now that I'm remembering this, Aliosis is huge into the cult. Aliosis Carrington.
Yes.
This seems like the kind of stuff he'd be into then.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that his family was already embroidered in a scandal where his daughter-in-law was almost pinged as a agent of the Army of the Eclipse, but she squashed that in the papers. And she made them retract it.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm thinking they're going to be, after we figure out what's going on with Gianni Pavlo, we need to go do a little more work on the Carringtons. It seems like they're also involved in this. This is crazy.
At this point, I'm wondering who's not involved in this one, because
That's what I mean. I'm telling you, Legion of Doom. It's a thing here in Northport. It's crazy.
You keep
still
saying
don't know
that?
what you're referencing, but you're technically not wrong. So
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, I guess we'll bump that up on the timeline. Well, first we'll add it to the timeline.
It's like a dark cabal.
people.
A dark cabal. Don't say that word.
Yeah, that's taken on new meaning of late. Not your fault.
Yeah.
I'm not in the know.
That's totally fine. Your life is
Yeah,
better
Out
it's
of
for it.
destiny.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So Johnny Pablo, weird cult society thing right after. Cool.
I am going to next session give you guys your own cork board.
Just let us.
Yeah, and just like movable pieces so you can start doing things on
Super
your
into
own.
that.
Yeah.
There is one more thing that you find inside the locked area. It is a star chart from 22 years ago.
Okay.
A map of the Zolquian jungles to the distant south. And a burned fragment, just a tiny torn off old piece of an airship charter.
Huh. This is what I find.
Yes.
Do I know about this place? You called it the Zolquian?
Yeah, Zolquia is to the south of the Commonwealth. Long ago,
Gotcha.
it was home to this really powerful indigenous civilization. But over time, the ruling class became especially decadent and preyed on uber capitalism ensued. They abused the crap out of the lower classes, and they held a revolution, and they made their own country of themselves. It's the Federated Tribes of Zolquia. It's the immediate neighbor of the Commonwealth to the south. Fairly large territory, lots of different subcultures in the area, and there are deserts and jungles and all sorts of stuff. There's a lot of old ruins from the monarchy that used to rule down there. And so there's a lot of museums with these artifacts. There is a museum in town that has artifacts from this culture. They are on loan from the government of Zolquia because pillaging is frowned upon.
Hmm. So you said it was a map?
A star
Star
chart,
chart.
a map of the jungles, and a burned fragment of an airship charter. Somebody hiring an airship.
Could I tell where it was to go? Was it towards the jungle?
Yeah, you don't have a point of origin, but it is towards the jungle.
Is shoot, I had a question about this. The one thing what is a star chart? I might be missing something.
Do you have you're a scientist, right?
Yes.
Okay. The star chart would just be like what the sky looked like on a particular day about, 22 years ago or so.
Oh, okay. Do I notice anything about the star chart? Anything stands out to me?
There's a planetary alignment. It was a significant astronomical event. Nothing really happened. Except the comet. The comet that came over the skies 22 years ago that may have given everyone superpowers. That was 22 years ago. It was right. It wasn't this night that's in this star chart though. This was like the night before.
And that's the that's interesting. I guess. I wonder if that's something that's gonna happen again. If it's a reoccurring thing.
Asena, you get a glimpse of the stuff he's going through. And you recognize a word from the airship charter document. It was a word you saw in huge backwards letters on the inside of the wreck from which you made your home in the jungle.
I'm gonna rush over there really quick and just like snatch it out of his hands. Where did you find this? What is this?
I found it right there. It's a charter.
I feel like I've seen this before.
Really?
Where?
My memory is really, really foggy, but it's kind of one of my earliest memories.
Okay.
What do I know what the word is? Do I know what it says?
Yes, one moment. Let me pull that up.
So now that I'm over there, I can see that it's like the map and the jungle and basically
The word is Exodus. And you made your home from the wreckage of the airship that crashed, but you lived inside it, so you always had like the word backwards, because it was on the inside of the hull of the frame. So if you were reading it from the outside, it would look correct.
Okay. Yeah, it's the word is backwards, but this is where I used to live. This sign or this piece, I mean, this was my home back when I lived in the jungle. I mean, this could potentially be a map of where I was from. This all seems familiar.
How old are you?
Yeah, that was my question.
She doesn't have a birth certificate.
How old were you when the accident happened? Whatever there was you were in an airship and it went down, apparently?
I don't know, 4 maybe?
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't really even know if this happened or if it's just this sort of like dream that I had that I think about a lot, but there was something and it crashed and everybody died, but for some reason I didn't.
Oh my God.
And it just the only thing that I found from the wreckage was this necklace that I have.
That necklace, really?
And then she'll touch it to remind everybody that it's it's wooden, it's like twine with a tooth inside. It'd just be like,
Okay, Asena, I don't know if I made this clear the first time that we were talking, but that's an incredibly special necklace that you have there. That talon, that tooth, it belongs to a dragon.
A dragon.
Yeah, that's like a dragon's tooth.
I just thought it was maybe a wolf or something. I mean, that is who found me and then raised me for a while.
That would have been an enormous wolf because that thing is huge. That's not. I mean, are there wolves that big where you come from?
No, but I don't know. Maybe they fixed it or something.
What?
Hey,
Wait.
does the timeline line up with her? If we're assuming, adults level age, would it have been about 2 decades or so ago when this charter was set up?
Yes, the charter was 22 years ago.
Mystery.
22 years ago.
Darkness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Darkness.
The charter was 22 years ago. It was for the date. It was for before the date that the star chart was mapped for. But the star chart maps like a date 22 years ago. The charter was probably with enough time to get to the jungles in time for that date.
Hey, guys, are dragons a thing here in the Commonwealth?
They are not.
I really wish I
Wait.
could have seen that downed airship.
Yeah, well, I mean, where is it? How
Where's
far
what?
is it from here? The ship.
Oh. Hey,
Oh,
Asena, how far away were you from here? Were you all the way down in Zoquian territory, or were you nearby the Commonwealth?
It's not that far. Just, yeah,
Okay,
it's
well,
a little bit south.
I mean, you run pretty fast, Senna.
Yeah. I
A,
was
a
gonna
little
say.
a little far for you, and a little far for Gastone and I on 2 feet is a very different thing.
Mhm.
I mean, just looking at these documents, I think that's where I'm from. If you're saying that you recognize this area, I mean, all the pictures look accurate. There's a mountain over here, and here's where that river meets that hill.
As you go through this, Asena, you realize that the total distance between here and the city of Northport is nearly 5,000 miles.
Oh my god.
It's only okay. It's only about 5,000 miles.
Only.
Yeah, I mean that tracks. The person who can punch through buildings and walls and doors, yeah.
Of course,
Okay.
I have so
can't
much
get
pain.
this back on.
You
It's
must
all
have
good.
some monster calluses, girl. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, so then her parents were in that crash. Her family was in that crash. But what?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you were 4, but do you remember anything about what happened before it went down?
No, I just know it was super secret. I knew I wasn't supposed to talk about it, but I don't know why.
Okay, I've got a thing that might help us, but you might not like it, Senna. There's this tea that I can make.
Oh my god.
But if I reverse engineer the tea.
Wait a second.
Well, okay, no. I'm prefacing this with it's bad, okay? This is not a thing you would do without someone's permission and a lot of prep time. But I'm just saying we've got the supplies here and I've got what I need. If you wanted to, let's say, maybe go back to that time and kind of, we could look around a bit. It's really dangerous. But basically I would make this tea and you would inhale the vapor from this tea and it might kill you, but then we can go back in the deep part of your brain where we might be able to look around and kind of relive what happened back then. Like I said, it'd be hyper dangerous and pretty insane, but it might give us some insight as to what happened.
Is that the tea you tried to get us to drink when we met you?
No, that's way too expensive. I would not just offer that to any random client that showed up. No, that was pen tea. That was tea steeped in a mixture of old, messed up tea bags and then the leftover ink from some of our pens.
Roll a deception
What?
check. Roll a deception check because I'm pretty sure you were talking about this tea when you were making those comments.
I absolutely was not.
Oh gosh.
That's totally how I read it when we originally had the tea
Oh,
conversation.
did you? Absolutely. I would not have offered that to new people. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's why you said
No.
not that tea. You were making it very
Oh!
clear you didn't
No,
want to offer them that tea.
Yeah. Oh, that tea. Yes. No,
Yeah.
I meant like the tea I offered them was not that tea. But then when Ben was like that tea, and I'm
Yeah,
like, no, not
I'm
that
pretty
tea.
sure that they're wondering, wait a minute, do you mean that tea you made a big deal about
Oh,
not
yes.
offering us? Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
that's what they meant.
absolutely that tea. Yeah. No, but I smoothed that over pretty
Okay.
well, I think.
All right. So
No, I wouldn't have offered you that tea. No, we have a different kind of tea. It's pen tea. It's great. No, this is a different kind of tea. Absolutely wouldn't have offered you this tea. Don't worry about it.
all right. We are going to bring our adventure to a conclusion here. In our next episode, our heroes will have the opportunity to continue on their path. They'll be able to proceed if they want. They'll be able to go over to Asena's place. Maybe she has some more relics of her past that could help jog her memories there. You've got Keller Industrial on standby. You know about a secret pathway into Thornacre, the stronghold of Lincoln Giotto himself. You've got Gastone's laboratory where he can do a detailed analysis on some of the clues that you found, plus restore some of his equipment. You could also return or at least send some of what you found to the Essex Hotel so that your assistants can form a report and build that conspiracy board for you to start putting the plot together.
Yes.
And there's definitely going to be heads cracked. So, thank you everybody for joining us in issue 4 of Coriander, aka The Plot Thickens. I believe we may be on break next week. Let me verify my calendar real quick.
I think we are because it's I noticed the gap in my calendar too.
Yeah, we are on break next week. There will be no episode of Coriander next week, but the week after that, the 18th, we are on. So, on behalf of Beatdowncasts, Ninja Man Mike, and the incredible Invisible Pods of War, we'd like to thank you for enjoying our show. Please tune in next time and have a great one.
Hi guys, I'm Mike now. Bye.